Dear Simon, you don't know me, but my family just moved to Atlanta. I was excited to start over. I thought I'd finally get the chance to be myself, or at least figure out who that even is.
So where are you from? Why'd you move? Is there a girl back home?
Nope, no girl back in Texas.
How are you, Marcos? Thank
I'm
you
good.
so
How are
much for
you?
your time.
Thank
Good,
you.
good. I'm doing fine. Thank you so much. I watched all the episodes for Love Victor, and I just love it. Everything about it. Can you tell a little bit how you got involved on the series? Because you also wrote an episode and you also did some production, correct?
Yes. I was hired by Isaac Aptaker and Elizabeth Berger, who they wrote the movie Love Victor. And so when they had the idea to make it into a show, they thought it would be interesting to center it on a gay Latinx character. And that's where I came in. They hired 3 Latinx writers to make sure that, the voices were authentic, the characters felt real, and that the cultural authenticity was there. So they hired myself, Danny Fernandez, and Jess Pineda. And the 3 of us really tried to bring as much of that cultural authenticity from our personal lives and from our families and our heritage. So that's how I came to the show.
Yes, and how I know they're writing in the process writing to write this before that, but how was like you double duty in this whole series? The production part was like very difficult. How was your overall involvement?
Mm-hmm. I didn't have too much involvement in the production aspect of it because I moved on to another show right after we were done writing, while they were shooting. But there were some aspects of making sure that there were certain things in the stories that that needed to exist. For example, like there's an episode where they 2 of the characters sing a Selena song, and I had to, and that was something that I felt like this character of her age and what she that is something she would like, and that is something that I felt like was very authentic, to those 2 characters, and we really wanted to make sure to get that specific song and that it played a certain way because it just felt very important to that story.
Yes, no, it's really important. And for you, like all these changings on Hollywood and everything that is like going on, I think it's very important that now we have a voice for it, like
Mm-hmm.
like the representation. How do you see like the industry going forward with all these changes that are happening right now?
Well, I think it's very important to it's a cliche, but you can't be something unless you see something. And so a huge reason why I became a TV writer is because I loved the show Ugly Betty, and there was the character on it, Justin Suarez, who was this out gay Mexican boy living in New York, and he was created by Silvio Horta, who created that show. And so I was inspired, I realized that I could potentially do this because he did it. And so I'm hoping that, as time goes on and as more Latinx and other types of creators can be in charge of telling these stories, I think is very important. So as time goes on, I think that's become more of a priority for Hollywood to empower people to tell their stories, and not only empower them to do it, but also pay them, buy their shows, make their shows, pay them to do it. I think is something that has gotten more and more important as time has gone on.
Yeah, and I think it's very important that this show is coming up this month. Of course,
Mhm.
it's like it's very, very important. And what we can expect of the whole series, Love Victor, for no spoilers, please.
Oh,
Just what we expected.
what are we expecting? Well, we're expecting the journey of a closeted gay Latinx person, uh, his coming out journey really in this first season is what it is. And there are definitely there's love, romance, there's you know, a lot of there's family, there's a lot of conversations I think that a lot of people are having right now with where, you know, with their gay friends and children and parents that they maybe would never have had before. So I think this is definitely that is something that you'll see in the series.
That's great. Thank you so much, Marcus, for your time. And I cannot wait for all my viewers to watch the series on this week that's coming out on Hulu, and a lot of success for you too.
Thank you so much, Yana. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Nice shoes. Victor, Benji.
Woo! Benji, take your shirt off. What? You're all thinking it.
My story is confusing. Some guys like guys. Some guys like girls. Some guys like both. I'm not even sure what I like.
You just made Mia Brooks blush.
Mia is not just some girl. Everyone is obsessed with her. Even the bathroom graffiti about her is respectful.
You're very lucky, Simon, for having the world's most perfect, accepting parents, supportive friends. For some of us, it's not that easy. I'm not ready to open up to a whole bunch of strangers.
Sometimes it's easier to just plaster on a smile and let people see what they want.
I pray for everyone in this family.
Is everything okay between you and Dad?
Marriage is hard sometimes, even the really good ones. At least I never have to worry about you.
I'm basically scared of not fitting in here.
You'll find your people.
Leave him alone.
What do you care? He's a loser.
He's my friend.
Boys kissing boys.
This is not the world we grew up in.
'16 will be the year I finally figure out what I want. Love, Victor.
Being your best friend's gonna be a wild ride, isn't it?